Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 11th episode of the Let's Play series. Now, as of recording this, it is actually November 27th, and I kind of need this video out in like 2 days from now, so I'm gonna have to make this episode pretty fast. Luckily, we only have 2 things planned for this episode, although those 2 things are pretty big. The first of which is going to be finishing the exterior of the base, because as of now, we have the interior all completed, but the exterior, it's just a facade at the front, and we don't have anything in the back or on the top. So that's going to be the bulk of the episode, but then I also want to go ahead and make all of the secure item holding rooms. See, if you're unfamiliar, basically in this main room here where all of the items are stored, whenever the vault is in a lockdown mode, all of these hatches will be opened up as they are right now, which allows for all of the items which are inside of them to fall down onto these, oh, you can't see it that well. It allows the items to fall down onto these conveyors right here, and then from there they can get funneled outside to this area right here on this side, and this area over there on that side. So what I need to do in this episode is actually turn this area into an actual, very secure room that nobody can break into, even if they are whitelisted. And I'm going to be doing that by using a ton of small and tiny tiles, and I'll explain more on that later. But just really quickly, before we actually get into building the exterior of the base, I do want to go ahead and get a few Thanksgiving items since they have officially released. So over here in What Are Us, we can find the purple bone turkey, which is of course in the game at the time recording this video. I'm not sure when the items will leave the stores, but I'm assuming it will be right after this video comes out. Anyways, I'm going to stock up on a few of these turkeys as I actually made them, and I think that at least having one in the vault is probably a good idea. Alright, so here we go. 4 turkeys, only $1,000, very cheap. Alright, now we are in the safari, and we are going to fancy furnishings now to pick up 1 or 2 cherry pies. So let's just go ahead and grab a few of these pies. Let's get the one in the oven here because it's the coolest one. And these guys are pretty expensive. They're like 3,000 a piece, so that's why I'm only getting 2 of them. And then finally, we're going to make our way over to Bob's Shack and pick up probably 2 of the bags of croissant. Let's see, how much are these? Yeah, they're $2,000. We're only going to get 2 of them. Alright, and now we can go ahead and go back to the base. Alright, we are back at the base with all of our stock up haul, and we're just going to place it in this bin right here with the pumpkins and the candy bags from Halloween. I think we also have some eggs in here too that I kind of forgot about. Alright, now we have all the items sorted, let's get into building the exterior of the base. And for the exterior, I am just going to copy this pattern right here on all 3 other sides. Alright, so we got the pine wood here. I think that's all the pine wood we're going to need for the exterior. Palm wood, I think we have enough. And birch, we might have to go and grab some more of that. Alright, so without further ado, let's get building the exterior. And I'll just do this in a little bit of a montage so that you guys don't have to sit through me building for like an hour. But I'll come back and update you guys as I'm building. And here we go. Okay guys, it has been exactly 1 hour since I started that montage, and as you can see, we are pretty much done with this wall. Just ignore the Z fighting up there. So yeah, we're pretty much done with this side of the base. I think it turned out looking really cool. This place looks basically like a fortress now from this side. I mean, it actually looks like a really important building now. The one part about the design that I am a little bit concerned with is that it seems pretty bland. Like, there's nothing really interesting going on. It's just the same section over and over and over again versus, the front had the front, like it was cool to look at. This side is feeling kind of bland. So I'm not too sure how to fix that issue, and again, the blandness I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of like a neutral issue. Like, I think I could improve it a lot, but at the same time, it works fine just as it is. What I think I am going to do though, once I'm done with all of the other walls and the roof, is work on the edge right here, because I think if I add like maybe some like grass or just something to go around the side of the building here, it will just make the building feel a lot more grounded in reality. But yeah, other than those issues, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I can't wait to do the other side. Hooray! Well, I'm not actually going to do the other side right now because I figured I can just do that completely off camera. You've already seen me build one side. The other side is going to be the exact same thing. So how about instead we go ahead and start working on the security areas. And so as I explained at the start of the video, how these security areas are going to work is that when the vault is in lockdown mode, the items will come down right on these conveyors. And when they arrive right here at the end, I need them to be in a very secure place. And to do that, what I am going to do is basically just build a box around each one of these conveyors. And this box is going to be made entirely with small and tiny tiles, and let me explain why. Alright, so for this example here, we've got 8 small tiles placed all next to each other, and the reason why this is so secure is that even if someone is whitelisted onto the base, in order for them to actually get through, they're gonna have to break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 small tiles just to walk through that gap. And as you just saw, that took me around 10 to 15 seconds to actually destroy all of those tiles. So during that time, hopefully it's enough for a guard to be alerted that something's happening and come over and stop whoever's stealing. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is build those boxes around each one of the conveyors here, and then in the front of the conveyor right here, I'm going to have some doors that will automatically close up whenever the item has passed into the secure box. So before we get working on the boxes, I am going to need a few wires and pressure plates so that I can build that contraption where once the item gets into the box, it seals itself up by closing some doors. So I'm going to need to buy 6 pressure plates and 6 wires. Alright, now that we've set up the pressure plates here and the doors here, what we need to do now is place thousands of small tiles and tiny tiles. It's probably not going to be thousands, but it's definitely going to be a few hundred in total, so I'm not looking forward to it. Luckily though, we can just use these oak trees because no one's ever going to see this, so we can make it ugly. Hooray! Alright, so in order to actually build this box, I'm thinking we do 2 layers of small tiles on either side here, and then 2 layers going over it like this. And then another set of small tiles on this side. And then we'll place another double layer of small tiles on either side here. Let's do some tiny tiles here on the inside. Alright, now we need to place some more extra tiny tiles for protection along these sides. Boom, and there we go. We've got a ton of blueprints here, completely covering up the item when it is in the lockdown mode. So now we get to fill it in with blueprints. Man, this is taking a lot more wood than I expected it to. Which I guess is a good thing in terms of security, but a bad thing in terms of I'm gonna need to collect more wood. Let's actually just go ahead and cut down all of these trees. I love deforestation. Woo! And boom. Boom, we are done. We've completed one of the boxes, and as you can see, this thing is pretty fortified. So now if I were to try to get to one of the items, I would have to go through multiple layers of these tiles. I think I have 3 layers on the top here, 2 layers plus the pressure plate on this side, and 2 layers on both the other sides. So that's a lot of security, but it's also a lot of blueprints, so I'm going to need to basically go ahead and copy this exact same design over to these 2 modules, and then do it again on the other 3, so it's going to take me a while. So before we get over to doing all of those modules, one thing that I do want to do on camera now is fix up the front of the vault. See, since Apton and I constructed the front of the base here, I've always had an issue with these poles here, posts, whatever these things are called, I've had an issue with them sticking out of the base. I just don't think it looks very good. And of course, since then, in the last episode, we actually moved all of the stairs back a few studs, which means that now we can move these things back one stud. Alright, there we go. The front looks a lot better now. Alrighty guys, I'm at the point of the episode now where we have actually done everything I wanted to do, and all I need to do to finish this episode is just copy what I've done already, aka copy this wall over there, copy that little box thing to the other 5 spaces, etc. And that's just not really fun content since I already did it once. So what I'm gonna do is just cut straight over to when I've done everything I want to do for this episode, so I can just go ahead, do it all off camera so you guys don't have to worry about it. And this is going to be a pretty big cut, so we're going to need a special transition, and I think no better way than the truck headlight, so look into the headlight. And we are back, guys. I've been building for the last like 3 or 4 hours, and as you can see, we now have both the walls and a bit of the back actually completed on the vault. And I just thought I'd quickly chime in here to give you guys a little bit of an update, and also because I completely forgot that I had to actually build a roof on this thing also, and I'm not too sure how to build it just yet. Anyways, inside the vault here, as you can see, I finished all of these item safety security things, and I did them on that side too. You can't really see it. I also added this little crate here for my spook wood, and this is where like all my extra palm wood will go to. So anyways, I've got a few hours left to work on this thing until it's done, and I'll update you guys again once we're actually completed. But I just wanted to chime in here to say what my plans are for the back here, because I figured, hey, I might as well break up the design a little bit and not just have it be the exact same thing on 3 sides. So I pushed this wall out by 2 studs in the same exact place as the front was pushed out. And I think I'll just put like a bigger, maybe like bigger style windows, maybe 4x4 or 3x2 ladders windows in here instead. I don't know, I just want to do something to make it a little bit more distinguished from the other sides. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys when it's all done, probably tomorrow for me because I'm pretty tired right now. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay everybody, it is a new day, and as you can see, for all intents and purposes, the vault is completed. And that's a crazy thing to say. I never thought I'd be saying that, but we have completed basically all of the exterior and of course all of the interior. Now the exterior did take me a lot longer than I thought it would, especially the roof here. As you can see, I had to like bulge some of it out, but I actually had to change a lot of the blueprints inside of the base in order to make the roof actually like work. And then, as I said I would do in the previous clip, I made the back here a little bit special. I just copied the normal design, made the windows here a little wider, added this like awning to them. And then I also added this indent right here, as there is also this kind of indented thing on the very front of the base. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with the base. I mean, there's not much left to be completed for me to say that the vault is 100% done. And because of that, I am going to be ending this episode right here. Again, sorry this one was a little shorter than the other ones, but the amount of work I put into this one was roughly the same, if not more, than a lot of my other episodes. It's just that most of the work in this one was just copying the same thing over and over and over, and it just didn't make for great content. However, I'm glad we got it all done, and now we are fully ready for the finale of this series, in which I have a few pretty big things planned. So if you want to be here for the live premiere of the final episode of my Vaulted Let's Play series, make sure to stay tuned on December 31st at 1 PM EST. Because while the vault may be pretty much done, there are still some loose ends I need to get tied up, and some special appearances that I need to make. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as I have, and I will see you all in the finale of the Vaulted series. So, this is going to be it for me. Goodbye.